We're here. Hello, everyone. You may have noticed we're missing someone. DM Jess is currently dealing with a very sick cat, so I'll post a link in chat. But if you could check out her Twitter, she's running some sales right now for things you can buy that she made that will help fund her insane vet bills that she has to deal with right now. So go check that out. Send her love and hugs. And in the meantime, we're going to be doing some behind the scenes Q&A, meet your OC kind of memes, because we still wanted to do a stream tonight, but we don't have an adventure because we don't have a DM. So that's what we're doing. We should probably introduce ourselves. I'll start. I'm Gwendy B.
Jess, we're falling apart.
Oh God, we have one person who's supposed to be in charge and she's not here. I'm going to be all over the internet. I play Adara, and that's the tiefling I'll be answering questions about today.
Ink, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm Ink. I'm at BZPens on Twitter, mainly Twitter. I don't really use anything else. So if you find anyone else, they're an imposter. Not cool. Clone. I play Ophelia, your tiefling warlock, and yeah, we're gonna be talking about her today. My soft plushy girl.
And last but not least, I am Jess Peck. You can find me at HealthPackStream on Twitter, and I'll be answering questions today for Euphoria, the Tiefling Bard.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions about any of the characters, feel free to drop them in chat. But otherwise, we're just going to go through a ocaskmemes.tumblr.com collection of posts. Because this is our life now. And we'll probably get pretty off track pretty quickly because, again, we're missing our adult. So we're going to do our best.
Mom left us in the frozen food aisle. And now we have to fend for ourselves.
Aww. Draz opening us up with question, do you know I love you all? Yes, thank you. Yes. We love you too. Also, Draz keeps making amazing fan art of Threeflings. So for anyone who is not actively following her on Twitter, change that. So you're missing out.
Immediately.
And show an adventure that we played through earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did art for that. Yeah. Should we just get started?
Sure.
Cool.
Put up a Twitter post if people want to send messages through that too.
Oh yeah. You'll be in charge of checking that. All of my computer stuff is dedicated to just things that have to run the stream. So like, I can't do anything that's not like OBS or Zoom or the necessary Chrome tabs for stream. I cannot be reached during streams.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's do some OC Ask memes. Jesspack, you found the alphabet one. Do you want to?
I did find the alphabet one.
Get us started.
I think that for posterity's sake, I think we should start off with asking some questions about Ophelia.
That's true. Euphoria and Adara already had a Get to Know the Threefs episode once when Ink was under the weather. So the tables have turned. We need to.
Oh, the turntables.
Yeah. Oh, how the turntables. So we need to catch up on Ophelia now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how old is Ophelia?
Do I know this? That's a good question. Do I have an age for her? Hang on.
We would also accept ballparks.
She's checking her original sheet.
Oh no.
Hang on, let's see. Do we know? This is a question. I have so many character sheets shoved into one book. Why do I do this to myself?
I just need to know if Ophelia is like... I want within 5 years increment, like, is she 14? Is she 18? Is she 37? I don't know.
Because
I didn't give her an age, but I'm gonna say she's like 20, but definitely because she has no experience with adult situations. She's just like, hi, I'm permanently 5.
Okay.
The difference is I can take care of myself, and that's a mistake.
Okay, so she's 20 but baby.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, she baby.
Yeah. All right.
said, "Oh me."
Oh, Draz, no. All right, so that makes sense. So Euphoria and Adara also didn't have concrete ages from what I remember, but they were both like mid
to late 20s.
mid late 20s, yeah. So, okay. Good to know.
We've been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
But
Ophelia's the freshman at college that got homeschooled.
Yeah. I have a question that might really be for everyone because I don't remember if we answered this specifically, but I remember in our Patreon behind the scenes video, we did Euphoria's and Adara's Patronuses, I think, and we guessed at what Ophelia's might be. So for our Patreon behind the scenes video that we'll record after this episode, we can figure out what Ophelia's Patronus would actually be. But what I don't know is if we sorted them into Hogwarts houses, which I would also be intrigued by. We're going to leave J.K. Rowling out of this. I'm just going to put that up front.
yeah.
She's dead to us. We don't speak of her. But we can enjoy sorting people into houses nonetheless. Thoughts?
I have a thought. Ophelia's Patronus. May I suggest worm on a string?
Oh no.
A cat toy.
Hatsune Miku's Harry Potter. You're right, Draz.
Yeah, there you
Hatsune
go.
Miku created Minecraft and Harry Potter at the same time.
Sure did. But yeah, the reason I asked this is partially because I was trying to think of what I would sort Adara into, and I was actually having trouble. So I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are for your characters, and then I hope that over the course of the conversation, I will refine mine and have an answer if I go last.
Okay, that's fair. I'm just gonna say, like, out the gate, I'm fairly certain Ophelia is a Hufflepuff because she's not smart, she's not brave, and she's not incredibly studious because she's got no intelligence.
Hufflepuffs can be those things.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, and your last name can also be Longbottom. That doesn't mean you want to.
Yeah. I think, like, for me, what helps is what flaws line up the most, because I feel like it's easy to kind of say, oh yeah, like, I have that positive trait and that positive trait and that positive trait, but the second you get to the flaws, like, it's pretty clear when your flaws don't line up with the Hogwarts houses. So, like, you know, Hufflepuff's, I guess Hufflepuff's a bad example because they're flawless, but, like, Ravenclaw is, like, maybe kind of over analytical and, like, not, like, receptive to feelings as much. Could be a Ravenclaw flaw that I think, you know, would be a good reason why Ophelia is not in Ravenclaw. And, like, Slytherin flaw. They've got so many.
Draz, is there a sorting hat thing on Itch?
Oh, can we do the sorting hat thing live on stream?
Let's find out.
We're here to profit off of a transphobe's work. Thank you, Draz.
Draz sending us links.
Draz is
Thank
doing.
you, Draz.
Ooh.
Oh, we could all take the quiz live.
Oh my
And it
god,
says
yeah.
Yay!
Oh, we got to do this, like, together, though. Oh, geez. Okay.
All right. Do we need to define terms, or can we all just start?
I hit
Let's
just
do it.
start.
I think it's funnier if we don't know what's going on. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
a big Ophelia mood.
And we're answering all of these in character.
Okay.
Yes.
So just to check and make sure we all got the same question first. If people in your family or community disagree with you, is it hard to act against their wishes? Is this the question we all got?
Did you hit
Yes.
primaries or secondaries?
I hit
Or don't
primaries.
care?
I hit primaries.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Why is my itch cut? There we go. I was gonna say, why is my itch cutting off half of these? Okay.
All right. So the options are yes, because I care what they think, or I don't want to hurt them. Yes, because I have to live with and around them, and they can make my life more difficult with their disapproval. It might be hard, but I've got to do what I think is right. I don't care what the larger community says, but if the people really close to me are against something, then I'm less likely to go through with it. No, not at all.
It's kind of hard because Ophelia has like 2 people that she's ever interacted with outside of like
Family?
you two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, at least for Ophelia, she's like, I'm gonna do what I think is right, even if you disagree with me, because screw you, I'm me.
Yeah, I'm torn for Adara because a big part of her personality is just like, you are not the boss of me and you do not get to tell me what to do. But also, like, if she does not feel strongly about something, then she's fine going along with whatever, like, the group wants. So I'm like, I think For her, I'm going to answer the second to last one. I don't care what the larger community says, but if the people really close to me are against something, then I'm less likely to go through with it.
That's a really good question. Jazz, do the Threeflings consider themselves to be a family?
Not yet.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. I think it's because like we haven't done enough of like deep emotional like interaction to be like, yes, I would die for you.
Yeah, it's also like kind of hard to gauge because adventures wise, we've had what, about 6? Which means we've played through 6 days, but like the spectrum for how long it has taken us to reach those 6 days in our lives is kind of unclear. So like we've probably been traveling together for several weeks at this point, at least. And I feel like I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they should be pretty familiar with each other at this point. Although, yeah, like you said, Ink, I don't know if they've had enough crises to come together as a family.
Yeah. I don't really know how to answer for Euphoria because I feel like she might be 3 or she might be the last one.
Like, I think
no, not at all. But
I think she's the third one because I think she has enough of a conscience that she would feel bad if people are like, if someone she like genuinely trusts is like, you shouldn't do that, and she goes, yes, I should. I think she's got enough of a moral compass to be like, I will do it, but she's got enough of a like conscience and social like, I will wait until the interaction is done.
Sorry.
Thank you,
no
Spouse
worries.
Pack. Spouse Pack gave us a wave. Thank you, Spouse Pack.
She's got enough of a like emotional what's the word I want? Intelligence to be able to be like, I'm going against what a friend or family member thinks, and that makes me feel bad because I want them to be happy as well.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, we're gonna answer our respective answers. Did you pick one for Ophelia, Ink?
Yeah, I said, like, regardless, she's gonna do what's right because she also, like, when you have no one around you to guide you and tell you, like, this is what you should do, you're just like, I think this is morally okay.
Yeah. All right, we might have to go through these faster. I don't know how many questions there are, but...
Yeah.
What is your top priority? Myself and my family, whether born or chosen, my goals are making the world a better place.
Easy. My goals. See ya.
Euphoria is making the world a better place.
Ophelia likes herself and like her family. Like she very cares about the people around her.
Good. I'm glad that one was faster.
Yes.
Jesspack, do you want to read this one? We can
Sure.
just go around in a circle.
So would you lie to an acquaintance to save their peace of mind? Would it make you feel grimy to do it? And the answers are, yes, I would. The important thing is that I didn't hurt them. Second one is, I might do it, but it would bother me. Third, I would if lying made my life easier and it wouldn't make me feel bad at all. Or the last one, I wouldn't lie.
I would just like to imagine that, like, Ophelia's like, why would I feel grimy? I would say at least for her, like, it would bother her to some extent to know that, like, she's not being 100% honest.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, because she's doing that, because it's, like, to save someone's peace of mind, she's like, okay, maybe.
Yeah. I think I'm having trouble answering this question for Adara because I know how she would react, but I don't know like what it would translate to. Because like, would you lie to an acquaintance to save their peace of mind? Probably not, but she'd be willing to lie to an acquaintance like pretty stress-free. She just wouldn't do it out of consideration for their feelings. So like,
yeah.
Do you think that's, I would if lying made my life easier and it wouldn't make me feel bad, or I wouldn't lie?
I think it's number 3 for Adara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like, I like to think that she doesn't just straight up tell falsehoods so much as she just like opts to withhold information.
Yeah.
But again, then you get into that, like, is it really lying if you just, like, let people believe something and you don't correct them? And the answer is yeah.
Well, yeah.
Here's where we find out Adara is a Slytherin.
The prisoner's dilemma, but make it Adara.
I am going to answer that one.
I don't think Euphoria would lie at all. Because she, like, when we had that opportunity, when we did the one module, and she brought back the ring and was like, here you go. Sorry about your friend. Really hate to break it to you.
Yeah, Euphoria is very much like no bullshit. Adara's like little bits of bullshit, and Ophelia's like, what is bullshit?
Yeah. No, this is good. We've got a good spread going on. I hope we end up in different houses. All right. Next one.
Yeah.
When you're making a decision and you're stuck, what should you do? I need to take a breath, either by myself or with trusted friends, to check in with myself and figure out the path I want to take. I try to quiet all of my feelings and fears to get down to the real question. It's not about how I feel about the choice, it's about the details of the situation. I don't make decisions. I freewheel through life on a bicycle with no brakes. Help. I just freeze up.
Ophelia's the third one. That's all I gotta say. She's the third one.
Yeah, as I was reading that, I was like, oh, Ophelia.
I didn't even read the question. I was just like, life on a bicycle with no brakes. And I'm like, Ophelia.
I think Adara is the second one. She's reasonably tactically minded and tries to be.
Yeah, and I think Euphoria is the first one.
This is good. We have so many different answers.
This one. Okay, are we all good? The next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you listen to your intuition? It's important to get your information from multiple sources, but yes, I think it's important to pay attention to yourself. Yeah, the same way I would listen to a toddler, or what the hell is intuition?
Oh.
Does everybody know their answer? Because I feel like we've just gotten a bullet point. Like beeline directly into all of our characters.
I don't know what I would answer, because like I think the second one maybe just feels like the most tonally like the way Adara would say something, but I don't know if the like meaning behind it is actually correct for her.
Yeah. I don't really know what Ophelia would go for here, because I feel like she wouldn't know what intuition is, but she also like has a very strong idea of what she should do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
I think Euphoria is the first one.
Yeah. I'm getting distracted by how like in character the second one's phrasing is. That's the yeah, the same way I would listen to a toddler. But I think the first one is also true for Adara. Like I've built her to be actually fairly like attuned to herself and her surroundings and people. She just doesn't execute well.
Yeah.
But like her perception and insight are both really good.
Yeah.
So I do think she probably listens to her gut a lot, because her gut is statistically likely to be right.
I feel like I don't know what Ophelia has here.
I could see her also being the first one, honestly, because I do think that Ophelia like takes into consideration what's going on around her, but does do a lot of like, I think this way, I want to do it this way, like,
yeah,
my reaction is this, therefore I'm doing that.
Yeah. She's like Adara, but like in a very different executing poorly way.
Oh,
like,
she'll get there.
Execution 0.
Yeah. Draz agrees. Says,
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they were all the first one, where bad people pretend to be good and things aren't as they seem. That's very true. Like, the Uncaged Anthology is making us all have to be like, trust your gut. Hi, Jen!
Hi, Jen!
Hi, Jen.
It's been a while. I'm just going to repost this for any lurkers.
Who read the last one?
You did. So this one's Jess Pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Also, we're going through a sorting hat quiz for all of our characters, is what's happening. Jen, welcome to the stream.
Aphelius Patronus is a worm on a string.
all right. So the next question is: someone points out a flaw in your logic. Their argument makes sense, but there's something about it that just bothers you. Do you change your ways because of what they said? So the answers are: 1, something feels wrong about this. I've got to trust myself within reason. I'll think about it, but you can convince anyone of anything if you talk pretty enough. 2, it doesn't matter how I feel about this. It matters what the right thing to do is. If I follow their logic and agree with it and don't change, then either I'm a hypocrite, a coward, or lazy. I don't want to be any of those things. The third one is something I don't fully understand about. There's something I don't fully understand about this situation yet. I need to think about what they said, what I agreed with, and what felt wrong. Once I understand what's going on, I should be able to make a decision that I'm happy with. And the fourth one, the fourth answer to this, oh my god, I can speak. Worrying about something like this seems exhausting. I'll do my best to not be a sucky person, but why are we still talking about this?
All right, what are our thoughts?
The last one very much sounds like Adara.
Right?
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I don't want her to be contrary for contrary's sake, but I think that's something that she is and has to grow out of. So, like, if somebody tells you, or if somebody tells her, hey, you're wrong because of this reason, then she's probably like, fuck you, your face is wrong, and, like, walk off. So...
Yeah. She's very much like the baby of the family, like saying, no, you.
Oh, yeah, she's the youngest of many children. None of you know how many brothers she has. You've just intuited at this point that it's probably more than one, but all you ever hear is her refer to them as my brother, like, when appropriate.
Adara's got as many brothers as Circle has sides.
It's somewhere in between 1 and infinity.
Infinity brother. You can't tell where one starts and one ends.
They're just like the paper cutout people that just like attach to each other. Adara, I'm baby. Ophelia, how dare you? Yeah, Draz, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, I think Adara aspires to be the first one. I'll think about it, but I'm not just gonna believe you blindly. But is probably the like. Why are we still talking about this one?
Yeah, honestly.
I'm stuck between 2 and 3, I think. Like, it doesn't matter how I feel about it. It's like, it matters what is right. Or there's something I don't fully understand and I need to think about what they said and what felt wrong to me.
I feel like Euphoria's got a very strong idea that she doesn't want to be a hypocrite. She doesn't want to be like lazy, and she doesn't just want to like take what other people say to her.
Yeah.
So I think that's very, very much like Euphoria. Like, how dare you make me feel like a shithead?
Well, that one to me is like, so I read these as the second one is you say something, somebody says, no, you're wrong, and here's why. And this is you reacting to that feeling of like, I'm wrong, how dare you? So the second one is feeling that feeling and then going like, no, it doesn't matter how I feel about this. Like, their logic makes sense, so I need to change. And the second one, or the third one, is like, their logic makes sense, but the fact that I felt this way in the beginning means that like, I don't have all the answer or like all the pieces to the puzzle yet. So not just being like, that's the most logical explanation and therefore is the correct one and I need to change. The third one is more like what they said is valid and I'm going to take it into consideration and like add it to my processing, but not discounting my part of it.
Yeah, that's why I feel like that's more Euphoria.
I think so too, yeah.
I don't feel like Ophelia's deep enough for any of this.
Ophelia is definitely the last one, I have to say.
I was gonna say, I feel like you say it like Adara says it in a very cynical way. Ophelia's like, I don't want to be annoying.
All right.
Like, deep question. And Ophelia's like, I ate a Pop-Tart with the wrapper still on it.
You're asking the wrong person.
Yeah.
Are we good to move on to the next one? That was a hard question.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Does disagreeing with your closest friends about something important to you make you love them less? 1, I respect them less, maybe, but the love doesn't go away. 2, yes, it would. 3, no, but it might end our friendship. 4, it matters what they do, not what they think. 5, no, not in the slightest. So, woof.
This is a difficult question because you're not being specific enough about what that something is. Like, if it's about the equality of people versus, like, do you feed a dog cheese? Like, there's not enough detail here.
I think the disagreeing about something important to you is probably like something fundamentally like so important to you that hearing it challenged by someone you trusted is like a crisis.
Yeah. I feel like for Ophelia, she's like, I don't love people less. I just don't want to be friends with you if this is gonna be like a thing that's gonna bother me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Like it does still, like you said, depend on how important it is though, because if they're like, if you have a closest friend who's just like, I don't think women should vote, then you're like, okay. Versus like, I don't know, what's something else important to you that isn't immediately friendship ending? Now I'm projecting.
You don't microwave tea! You don't microwave water for tea!
Why not? It heats up the water.
You wouldn't microwave coffee. Don't microwave tea.
Why wouldn't you microwave coffee? How do you make it hot again?
You just make a new cup of coffee! Why would you want coffee that's been sitting out for 3 hours?
You just, you know, you gotta reheat your existing coffee because like otherwise you're wasting coffee. And
just
that's
make more coffee and just pour it into the cold stuff so then it equals out.
I'm gonna say for Idara, if it's something important to her, it would make her love them less, probably. I think she deals in absolutes enough for that.
Yes, I would agree with that. So Idara's like the second one. Ophelia is very much the third one. What about Euphoria?
I don't know. Like, it depends on the severity of it. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's
Let's at least as a
Euphoria
group.
doesn't like deal in total absolutes.
Yeah, let's say as a group, let's agree that like this is something important to you where it would be like alarming to hear someone in real life say this thing out loud. This is like the sort of thing that you, the human person, would reconsider a friendship over. How would your character deal with that?
Mm-hmm. I still stand by Ophelia being like, I don't love people any less. I just don't want to be around you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's very much like, I love everyone except people that try to run a sword through my face.
Yeah. So for Idara, I said, yes, it would make her love them less.
I'm having an existential crisis over this quiz, and it shouldn't be this deep.
I think part of the problem is that we're so opinionated that it's like hard to distance ourselves from these characters.
Yeah.
I think Euphoria would be the fourth one.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean...
Like, real life just pack is not like that.
um, yeah, I think Euphoria would be the fourth one. She considers, like, you can say something as the day is long, but if you do something that proves the opposite of that, I think that's what she would count as the more valid thing to her, because you're doing the opposite of something that you said. So
Yeah.
like if they were like if they said something and then did the thing, I think that's when she might reconsider. But if they just say it, it's just words.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ink, what do you think for Ophelia?
I said like no, but it might make her reconsider like her friendships and like who she's choosing to align herself with.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. We good for the next one, which is hopefully not as heavy?
Yeah.
Oh
That's a
no,
lie.
no,
Oh.
it's a little bit. It's a
Oh,
little
woof.
bit.
All right.
What if everyone you loved left you? They betrayed you, abandoned you, or died, and you're hurting. What keeps you moving forward? Oh, this is very topical for Ophelia. The hope that I'd be able to trust someone again. There is still so much to see and do. There's still work to be done. I'd hope that I'd find or make a new home.
Where's the fuck 'em option?
That option is closing the tab and not finishing the quiz.
Yeah, I need the option that's like number 5, move on out of sheer spite.
Mambo number 5, moving out of sheer spite.
I think that would be the there's still work to do option.
I'm gonna pull them from the grave and say, how dare you?
Yeah. Jesspack, I think you're right, just because that one's like the least optimistic one. Like, there's still work to be done is like a tired answer.
I view Adara very much as like task oriented, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like she's always like she's the one that has been driving us forward from town to town, because she's like, we can't exist without money. We need to get a job and be responsible.
Yeah.
I will not evade my taxes for nothing.
So
That makes
I
sense.
feel like I feel like there's still work to do is definitely very much in line with Adara.
I
and
agree.
How you've played her thus far.
Yeah.
I can't lay down and take it if there's still ass for me to kick.
What do you guys think for Ophelia and Euphoria?
I mean, from Ophelia's like backstory, her idea was very much like, oh, well, if there's no one else, I might as well see what else is going on in the world, because like I can't just live within my own bubble for my entire life. So like after everything kind of like after her dad died, she kind of just packed up and was just like, well, goodbye. She was like, bury my dad, then go off to an adventure.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So I think, she's very much like, there's very much to see in the world and do. So she's not like someone who sits there, like she grieves for a little bit, but then she's like, yay.
All right. Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm torn between the first one and the last one, so I'd hope I'd be able to trust somebody again, and I'd hope that I'd be able to find or make a new home.
So the obvious difference between those two for me is that one of them is about like connecting with a person and the other one's connecting with a community or place. So do you think that like if Euphoria got to the point where she was like abandoned and betrayed by everyone she knew, would she like focus on finding a person or a like community?
Like a stable house, like a stable home.
Would she be like, I just need one friend, or would she be like, I need roots?
I feel like having it phrased that way, I think she'd be one. As opposed to having like a whole group, because I mean, after you phrased it that way, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. I mean, she had a whole community that she just kind of left behind.
Yeah, I think the Answer, the hope that I'd find or make a new home is not a very adventurer-friendly answer.
Yeah.
That sort of person doesn't usually go adventuring.
It's like House Hunters, but you're just going on adventures trying to find your new home.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ready for the next one?
Yes. All right. So the next question is, what if you realized that absolutely everything you thought was true was wrong? The authorities you trusted, the beliefs you held, the wrongs you'd fought against. So the first answer is, there's only 2 answers for this one. So I'd have to go sit by myself in a corner for a little bit before I could figure out how to move forward. That would be awful. Or the second one is, I find out I'm wrong about stuff all the time. You learn new things, you move on and do better.
Ophelia's like, I'm learning that I'm wrong almost about everything. She's like, I thought horses were bipedal.
Oh no. I don't know which one to pick. There's nothing in here about unhealthy coping mechanisms.
I think Adara is like, I'm gonna go sit in a corner and drink for 3 hours and then we can keep going.
Yeah, I don't think she would take that level of like crisis in stride. I don't think that's like she probably likes to think she would. I don't think she would.
Yeah, no. Adara seems like someone who's very like afraid of change and finding out that she's wrong.
What? Are you saying that her lashing out at people comes from a place of defensiveness?
Yeah,
Why would you
but
think that?
I would think like in the most simple plain sense, I feel like the first one is Adara because she's like, I don't know how to move on from the fact that like one of my base principles is incorrect.
Yeah.
She'd be like, let me go stare at this corner for like 5 hours and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Euphoria is the second one. I think she's a little bit more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Euphoria's like, I thought you were smarter than this, but apparently I was wrong. Let's go.
I think Ophelia is probably also the second one.
Who's the second one?
I think both Euphoria and Ophelia.
Mm-hmm. Draz quoted, I thought horses were bipedal, Ophelia. Yup.
She's working on it.
She hasn't seen a horse yet, so she hasn't had to have her mind changed. She's only seen a dead horse. She hasn't seen it walking.
I forgot who was next to read a question. Is it me?
Yes.
All right.
Just read.
The prompt is, you can't help everyone in the world who needs it, but you wish you could. The replies are, yeah, and it sucks. I'm trying to be practical, but that just makes me feel like a bad person sometimes. Or, I'm helping everyone I can live with that. Or, it's not my job to help everyone in the world.
Ooh, Adara, that's real.
Yep.
So the last one's Adara, so I'm just going to click that and move on with my life.
Yeah. I think the second one's Ophelia. She's like, I mean, sometimes it's not my problem.
And I think Euphoria would be the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, good. An easy question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love them.
Oh, Draz, that's a really good question. Would horses be easier or harder to draw if they were bipedal? I feel like they'd be slightly easier, but then again, that's
No.
kind of...
They'd be harder because then you got to deal with the whole hip situation. And like, how does their torso act when it's like vertical? It's no good.
I mean, it's just kind of like, it'd be like when horses like have their front ends upward, but I feel like that would just be like permanently their state. You've changed your mind about an old belief or moral structure that you used to value. You got new information and you've tried to update your way of thinking, and you think/hope you're a better person for it. Do you feel guilty about the old belief you've abandoned?
I have a different question.
Same.
Oh no.
Oh.
We've gotten to the point where it's broken off.
Oh no.
All
okay,
right,
so
Ink, do yours.
Okay. I would say, like, in terms of, do I feel guilty about the things that you've abandoned? Sometimes, yeah, my conscience isn't made up of things I believe. My conscience is defined by how I think and how I change my mind. nothing's really changed. Certainly nothing's been abandoned, or I'd feel guilty no matter what path I choose. I don't think Ophelia would be that deep to word it like that, but I feel like she'd be very much like, I mean, things change, and so do I, so I don't think I've lost anything. Things are just different now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's just kind of how it is, and I think it goes a lot with, like, the question before last one, where it's like, how easily do you adapt to change?
Yeah.
And she's
Very.
just like, Okay, what do you guys have?
When did you want to go next?
Sure. Mine is you're at a crossroads in your life. You've made pro-con lists.
Mm.
You've talked to people you respect. Is that what you have?
Yeah.
All right. Choice A looks like the right choice. It's the one everyone is telling you it's the one everything is telling you is the right choice. Your lists and your advisors tell you it's the right choice, but it just feels wrong. So you choose choice B. You feel brave for sticking to your guns and doing what you felt was right when the world was telling you that you were wrong. 2, it was selfish to make the less correct choice just because it made you feel better. 3, I made my choice, now I live with it. Life only moves in a forward direction. So that one. That's Adara.
Mm.
The past is in the past.
Oh, I don't know. I think that the big thing that Euphoria tries to do, or does her best to do, is not be like she's definitely very empathetic, but she definitely tries to make sure that her like feelings don't come into play when she's like empathizing with someone. She's definitely like not centering on herself. So if she made choice B, I feel like it would be the second one. It was selfish to make the less correct choice just because it made you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
That like that would be her line of thinking, as opposed to number 1. If there's like information telling her that it was the right choice, like choice A was the right choice to make, but I'm also not sure because I feel like she's opinionated enough that when she makes the decision, she doesn't really take the time to, or like, if she was brave enough to deviate from it, she was gonna stick to her guns anyways. So I don't really know how to answer that.
So, do you want my 2 cents?
Yes.
I think the first one sounds more like Euphoria because to me, especially like Draz said, like based on the framework of the Uncaged anthologies thus far,
Mm-hmm.
so consistently we've come up with like the NPCs say that one thing is true and the group, especially Euphoria, is just like, yeah, we'll see. And then does her own thing and is proven right. And, you know, a little bit of that is because, like, we know what we're getting into with these adventures and, you know, we try not to metagame it, but, like, there's a pattern. But because of that, I think Euphoria is, like, extremely willing to, like, follow her gut with regard to things because it really doesn't lead her astray for the most part. Even when there's large groups of people telling her things like, there are monsters in the swamp and they're dangerous and they will kill you unless you kill them first.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
All right. My next question is, would you rather be truthful or kind?
That is also my same question.
Ink, is that the question you got?
Yes.
All right. We're back on track.
So the answers for this one are, why can't I be both? If you make me choose, I'd want to be kind. Third one is, truth is more important than not stepping on, on people's toes. Or 4, I don't care about either of these things.
I just realized I'm looking in my camera and I kind of look like that picture of Dwayne Johnson with a fanny pack leaning on a car right now.
Oh. Oops.
Oh, why does my mind do this to me?
So, I think Idara is the third one. Truth is more important than not stepping on people's toes. So I think she does care about being right. She cares
you
a lot
smarter than
about
a
being right.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Yes.
Yes. Do you want me to fight the 5th grader? I'll fight the 5th grader.
I'll fight the 5th grader if they try to tell me Pluto's not a planet anymore.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Ophelia's like, why can't I do both?
I think that's reasonable.
Ophelia's like the girl from that taco commercial, and she's like, why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
I think Euphoria is 3.
I can see that. I can also see Euphoria being the first one, but like less naively.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Ophelia to me is very much like, I want to be truthful and kind. I want to have it all. And Euphoria is, I would interpret it more as like they're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
can be both.
Yes.
Yeah, then, yeah.
But like if she has a priority, then I agree that number 3 is probably more correct for her.
Do you have priorities?
It depends. So yeah, I think I'll go with the why can't I be both, because it just left it open-ended and it didn't give us a specific situation.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the next question? Would you feel worse abandoning a stranger in need or turning your back on a closest friend?
No.
No.
Oh my god. Ophelia's going off the rails. All right. Well, what's her answer to that?
So would you feel worse abandoning a stranger or turning your back on a closest friend? So the options are my closest friend, a stranger in need, or I'd feel bad equally. I'd say equally. She's gonna feel bad. Because she's like, I want to help people and I can only do so much. Because that's kind of like how the question was earlier too. She was like, I can only help so many people, but I want to do what I can. So I'm gonna do that one. Okay. Gwen, you're muted.
Jesspack, what'd you get?
I got the most important things in my world and my life are the people I love. Yes or no?
Same. Quick question. Which microphone? If I tap this microphone, can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. I thought I was using the other one.
I lied.
That's fine. I don't have to use the good microphone I spent money on.
How dare.
Now I should be using the good microphone I spent money on.
Oh my
That was
gosh, that's
really
so
loud.
much louder.
I'm sorry. I'll back up.
It sounds like you're yelling down a bowling alley.
Yes, it does.
You're like, it's Michael's 10th birthday.
Oh no. I can switch back to the other one.
Please do.
All right, I need to fix...
I think part of it is the echo in the room, too.
Yeah.
Even though you have the soundproofing up behind you.
Yeah, I need to address the settings, sounds like. Anyway, the most important things in my world and my life are the people I love. No. Next question.
Yeah, because Euphoria would be yes.
Yeah. What do you guys have for your next question?
Do you think you're a good person?
That's not what I have.
Ophelia's free.
Yeah, Idara and Euphoria might end up getting sorted in the same house.
They might.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. They keep answering differently, though.
Yeah, that is true.
It's like, do you want to be a Ravenclaw or a Slytherin? They're basically the same, except one uses their knowledge to say that they're right. The other one uses their knowledge to be a Nazi.
For the record, we're going off the not all Slytherins are just white supremacists angle.
Yes.
For this sorting.
Yeah. Draz just said Ophelia's off doing her own thing. We've gone back to episode 1.
Yay.
uh,
Well, do you think you're a good person? The options are, well, I try, and no one's a good person, I tried, and define good.
Why are these all like Adara?
Yeah.
Euphoria is definitely the well, I try to be a good person.
I'm honestly having trouble with this one because I feel like if you ask Adara, do you think you're a good person? She'd be like, I'm not trying to be a bad person. Like,
Error 404 cannot compute.
yeah, like the fuck does that mean?
Insert that picture of Adara trying to do math.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't think she'd answer with define good because I feel like that acknowledges that you like are kind of aware that you're a bad person, and I don't think she's trying to be a bad person.
Yeah.
I think she might also answer, well, I try, but like, you know, she'd probably be more cynical about it, but it would be the same answer, if that makes sense.
Okay, so that's what you guys have?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a different question. Mine is, do you think it's an individual's responsibility to help everybody they can? Sure, but you can't. People are fallible and their energy is finite. It sucks that you can't help everyone, but you can't. And it's, but we gotta try. Ophelia is definitely the second one. She's not like, people are limited. Energy is finite. The death is imminent. She's not like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I just got the crossroads question.
Oh, did you?
Oh.
You're
Yeah.
continuing? Because mine ended. Mine told me what I would be.
Same.
And I'm kind of surprised at it.
Oh, okay, so mine is still going. I have the pro-con crossroad list.
Uh-oh.
Ophelia's too chaotic for this quiz.
Apparently.
They had to ask her more questions.
At the very end, they're gonna be like, sorry, fam, we got no clue.
Hat stall.
Yeah, okay, so choice A, everyone's telling you it's the right choice, but it feels wrong, so you choose choice B. She's like, I made my choice. I did it. I feel good. We're doing it. I made my choice. Now I live with it. Life only moves in a forward direction. No one can go backwards. No one can stop. So, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I still have questions!
Oh, God.
After spending some time trying to decide between two options, you were convinced that A is the right thing to do. The people around you, though, are just convinced that it's B. How do you feel? I understand that we might not see eye to eye on everything, but I want to believe that they'll support me no matter what decision I make, so it bothers me, it makes me wonder what I'm missing. Must have been a miscommunication or something. Either I or they don't understand. If they understood the options like I did, for better or for worse, they would agree with me, or no, I'm right.
I know what Adara would pick.
Yeah. Okay, again, Ophelia is like the first one, because she's like, maybe I'm missing something, but also, like, I would hope people understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. I still have questions! Which of these statements is more true for you? If I've decided to stand by the people I love, it's a choice. I can make a different decision. At the end of the day, some things are right and some things are wrong. You don't turn your back on the people you love. Oh. I think Ophelia cares more about being with the people that she loves, because that is a choice to like radically stay with people that you love.
Yeah.
Because Ophelia is not the kind of person that's like, there's definite rights and wrongs in this world, and you can you don't turn your back on people you love. But like, I don't think she sees that black and white. Because like, what if someone you love has done a terrible thing? She's not just gonna be like, yeah. Go for it. Kill
I'm so
someone.
jazzed about you.
Yeah. She's not gonna be like, we stand. No, she's not gonna do that. I think it's like, if she's decided to be with people that she loves, then it's a choice, because she could always do something different. Or be like, hey, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Take a shot every time I get another question that Gwen and Jess don't have.
This is a quiz that never ends.
When you sit down and consider the terrifying lack of objective truth in our reality, how do you feel? Ophelia's not this deep!
Where's the I don't care one?
She's like wearing the wrong color socks and different patterns. I think about this question sometimes when I try to make decisions and it's horrible. It's all right. I thought about it, but reality is closer to the models we build of it in our heads. I don't sit down very often considering the terrifying lack of objective truth in our reality. Are you okay? I think about this often, but only for fun. I would like to dispute the very basis of this question. I think there's some objective truth in the universe. I'm gonna say Ophelia is the one that, like, if someone asked her that, she'd be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
She'd be like, what are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done now.
You're done now?
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, team. What did we get?
Who wants to go first?
Ah!
You lost one!
Jazz just said, "Oh, freely."
Ophelia.
Okay, so like for the record, when I started this, I thought Ophelia was gonna be like a definite Hufflepuff. She's not. It says she might be a Ravenclaw primary.
Huh.
Interesting.
Tell me more.
I mean, I guess, if Hufflepuff is like, I value hard work, like, none of your answers were that. So.
I'm not a good seeker, apparently. Yeah. Constructed system that tests decisions again before they feel calling something right. Gives way for them to frame their world and a confidence in their ability to interact with it morally. They do not lack an intuitive sense of morality or gut feeling about things, but they do distrust those and have a need to ignore or dig down deep and dissect those moral impulses. Bitch, Ophelia's not that deep.
But she could be.
She's like, my dad told me people steal my teeth, but like that could just be my dad.
Mm.
And then the other one, it says, I might be a burned Gryffindor. And then the other two that they offered me was Gryffindor or Hufflepuff.
Oh man, so you're like barely a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, apparently I have like 3 of them, and they're giving me options to be like, pick which one you want to be. And I'm like, I don't know!
Well, Ophelia's a Ravenclaw. We heard it here from this itch.io quiz.
Yes.
All right.
Do
Do
you
you want to go?
I can go.
I mean, I can go.
It's
Rock,
fine.
paper, scissors, fork.
So, I think this makes sense. This says Adara might be a Gryffindor primary. And I think the reason that I was having trouble sorting her into Gryffindor on my own is that she's not very protagonisty. But then if you look at Gryffindor as a house, outside of the part where it's the protagonists, like, yeah, that makes sense. It's like the brash jocks who value, like, just doing shit and, like, okay.
Jared, jock nerd.
Yeah. So, let's see. Trust their moral intuitions, blah, blah, blah. Gonna skim real fast. This says, not all Gryffindors are impetuous, emotional hellions, but Idara is, so I don't have to read the rest of this paragraph. From your answers so far, you might also be a Ravenclaw or Slytherin. So she's just not a Hufflepuff.
I knew it. I knew it.
But yeah, that's Adara. She's a Gryffindor.
Euphoria got marked as you might be a Gryffindor primary.
Again, that makes sense.
I feel like Euphoria fits a lot more of what I thought a Gryffindor was than like Adara.
Oh yeah.
And then it also says, from your answer so far, you might also be a Hufflepuff.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
So
2 badgers and a snake.
Badgers are Hufflepuffs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? Why'd you say 2 badgers and a snake?
It's
Because
2
it's
lions
like
and a
the
snake.
offshoots were both.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Euphoria and Adara were both also possibly... Oh, no.
Ophelia
and
Euphoria.
were badgers.
Oh.
Offshoots.
And then they were like, you could be a Slytherin or a Ravenclaw. And you're just like, well, I'm not a soft little badger, baby.
Well, they did say Ravenclaw before Slytherin for Adara.
Mm-hmm. When you guys scroll down to the bottom, do they have like the options like, I might be this, tell me more about it, I'm torn? They're
Yeah.
a nice thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so there's one that says, that's not me, let's keep looking. Would I just get stuck in this quiz forever?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm kind of tempted to click on that then.
No, I want to be free. It is 9, so like we've done about an hour of Q&A. We did a quiz together.
Thank you, Jazz. This was very fun.
Thank you, Draz.
Yeah.
We now know what Hogwarts houses this person thinks that the Threeflings should be in.
So we got 2 Gryffindors and a Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Which is wild if you just take that and then look at the Threeflings and you're like, are you sure?
How? Yeah, you're like you do the math meme. You're like trying to do the calculations in your head, and you're like, does that add up?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. They're like, I could also be a Gryffindor, and I'm like, I really doubt that, but
Mhm.
like, sure. I'm like, Ophelia's like a sad little node. She's not a jock node. She's just a node.
Yeah, I think I would have sorted Euphoria and Ophelia both into Hufflepuff, but in like different parts of Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Hufflepuff has layers now.
Yeah.
Like an ogre or onions.
Oh no.
Also, one more tag yourself meme. Wake me up before you go. Wake me up when September ends. Wake me up inside.
Hmm. I'm gonna say when you go is definitely Ophelia. When September ends, Euphoria.
Yeah,
And wake
that's
me
what I
up
was gonna
inside
say.
Adara.
Yeah.
I feel like Adara's like internal monologue is all evanescence.
I don't like. I get that we're poking fun, and that's allowed. I don't think Idara is as angsty as Evanescence is. Like, Idara doesn't have a whole lot of inner conflict as far as she's aware. She's very, like, centered in herself and is just sort of like, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up. And it isn't like, yeah, isn't like moody about it, usually.
Adara's the embodiment of that like video where it's just disturbed and it's that one song that goes ooh ah 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 ah, but it's just that for 3 minutes.
Oh no.
It's like that.
All right.
Yeah, Draz, this is rough. Thank you, Draz.
Yeah, this was a fun quiz. I do think that, at least for me, this is a little bit validating because I thought that Adara probably made sense in Gryffindor and then had to go through that process of like, but she's not a protagonist, it doesn't fit. She's probably a Slytherin because she's mean. And then like, no. It's not true. She's just both a Gryffindor and a dick. Can be both.
Griffin dick.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that for Euphoria being in Gryffindor. I was definitely certain she was gonna be a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I thought Ophelia was gonna be a Hufflepuff the whole time.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense in my head that like she's a little bit of both.
Yeah. And I can see Gryffindor for Euphoria because I think like she's got a like strong moral compass and also like is very bold in her actions with regard to like enforcing that moral compass out in the world. Which like, you know, obviously that can be a Hufflepuffy thing to do as well, but like I can see it being a Gryffindor-y thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had always envisioned that to be more of like a Hufflepuff type of trait.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like just like looking at this, that they were probably like, "Oh, you're Ravenclaw," because I'm like, Ophelia's pretty much like Luna Lovegood, but like not super like
That's
in the
true, though.
magazines.
That's true. Like, they got you. There's a whole Ravenclaw that's just Ophelia.
J.K. Rowling, where are my royalties?
Quiz has you covered.
The next time we have to do a filler episode, we'll have to take the secondaries and see what secondary house we get sorted into. I'm not as familiar with those, though.
Yeah, I don't really know what that is.
I still stand by the fact that Ophelia's Patronus is a worm on a string.
Well,
I refuse.
We can discuss more in our Patreon behind the scenes video. You know, behind the scenes for this behind the scenes episode. But we're gonna record that pretty much now. But I think we're pretty ready to wrap up this stream. So thank you all for watching.
Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, go send your love and or money to DM Jess on Twitter, Miss_Jess03. She's going through some rough times with one of her cats and could use some extra money to help cover the vet funds, which is why she's not here right now. So send her hugs, send her Ko-fis, etc.
Is that how you pronounce that? I always thought it was Not coffees.
It's probably pronounced coffee, but I feel like that doesn't make sense if I'm just saying it out loud
With the
because like
hiking.
yeah, people are like, I'm not gonna buy her like beans and mail them. So
Yeah. Kofi.
but yeah, so
Bean.
she'll be back hopefully next week and we'll play like a real adventure. And it'll be a good time.
Yay!
Yeah.
In the
Thanks,
meantime,
everybody.
I'm Gwendy. I have been your Adara. You can find me on the internet at Gwendy everywhere. That's all.
Hi, I am Ink. I am at BZPens on Twitter. No clones allowed of me on the other parts of the internet. And I have been your soft Ophelia, who apparently is Luna Lovegood, but in a puffier skirt.
And I'm just back. You can find me at HealthPackStream on Twitter. And I have apparently been your strong moral compass, tiefling bard Euphoria.
Makes sense.
I just realized I missed the opportunity to go, hi, I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I'm playing
No. You can do that for our behind the scenes thing. But yeah, all right, we're gonna head out. But thank you all for hanging out for our fun little impromptu bonus stream, and we will be back next week. Bye.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.